The youngest generation of the Walding family.
Mhm.
You are. He is the youngest.
This is Jackie Walding right here.
Yeah, we're out.
They lived out there. There was a house right out there. Where that big old tree is.
Yes, ma'am.
And they lived there. His mother and daddy, and then when they died, him and his wife lived there too.
What, that was 1947, goodness.
Huh?
How were they kin to Grandpa?
Him and Grandpa was first cousins, I think.
Oh, okay. Let's see, 1895. He wasn't too old when he died, really. He was
in his 50s, wasn't he?
50, yeah, he was in 50. And Moses, who was Moses?
That's his uncle. He didn't ever marry. And when he died, they put him in their lot. Now, his wife died, and they cremated her. I don't know what was done with her ashes, but they didn't bury him in here.
Oh, really?
No. Her daughter, they just had one daughter.
Now, is that why they got that empty lot right there? Because they was going to put her in there, but she got cremated?
That's where they left for her to be buried. And her daughter had her cremated, and before anybody knew she was dead.
Do you know how they died, or just natural causes? Or?
Yeah, she was in the hospital when she died.
They were part of the old Walding clan then.
Yeah. And this is
73.
This is Raymond's half brother's boy, James Walding. He's Bryant's son.
Died in Korea, huh?
Yeah, he was in the army and he went to Korea.
1997. Well, Lord, I didn't know him. He was 67 when he died.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Now, who was this?
And that right there is his brother, his mom, and his dad.
Oh, okay, Gomer.
Homer Joe.
So Comer Joe was James Walding's brother.
He was James's brother.
Okay.
And this Bessie and Bryant was their mother and daddy.
Okay.
And you've heard tell of the Walding place down there that happened.
Yeah, talking about Browns Cross Roads.
No, the Walding.
Oh wait, no. Yeah, down. Yeah.
Right here is the Ida Walding.
Oh, okay.
She lived down there.
Yeah.
Ida and Cad.
Kara, Ida, and
They were
Cad.
cousins to Raymond.
So how was Bryant and Bessie and Gomer? How were they related to Granddad? You say?
Bryant was Grandpa's half brother.
Oh, okay. Half brother. So then.
Yeah.
So Grandpa's. What his?
They're his sons. Their mother died. Then he married Raymond's mama.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And this right here is Granny Walding and Raymond's daddy and his two brothers.
Okay, so this is Grandpa's dad and his mother.
And his two brothers.
Jeffy T. Now he died young.
Frank died younger than him.
23 to
He
48.
might better have his. He needs his cap on right. He told him how to do it.
It's pretty
I can
cold.
get it.
You cold,
He
buddy?
said, kindly cool wind on a little one like you. It is.
Willie Mae. You know any of these Marshalls over here, Grandma? There's a lot of Marshalls and a lot of Waldings in here.
That over there, Mr. Willie Mae and Mr. Jack Marshall. He was a preacher. And on the other side over there is his son. And I don't think his wife's dead yet. I don't think she may be.
Now what about this Welding? Was that supposed to be Walding? Marion J. Welding? Right there, this white tombstone here. This one. Is it a Walding? It says Welding. It says W-E-L-D. Welding. I mean, that's a pretty. That would be a close coincidence if it was a
Yeah, I don't know.
wasn't a Walding. But no, so this Jeffy T. Walding, that's Granddad's brother,
Yeah, it's his youngest brother.
his younger brother.
This one was only 21 years old when he died. That one was
Oh,
25.
yeah.
These are all your grandfather's brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
These are all Raymond Walding's brothers.
These two.
Yeah,
This is his mother
This
and
is-
daddy. That's his mother and there's his daddy.
Maddie, Ellen, and
So young.
Meg.
25, 21.
Huh?
125. How did they die, Grandma? So young.
Oh, Mr. Walding had. You know, I don't know. He was dead when we married.
Oh, Make was?
Yeah, he been dead 7 years for Lassie. No.
Well, no, he was a pretty.
Yeah, we married in 37. He had been dead 7 years when we married.
Wow. He didn't tell you much about. How old was he when?
I think he had heart failure. I think what he had.
How old was Grandpa when he died?
Well, that is him. Oh no, Grandpa. He was 73, I think.
I mean, how old was Grandpa when Grandpa's dad died? He was real young, wasn't
Yeah, I think he was about 12.
he? 12, man. So he didn't really even know him too well. Well, now what happened to
Yeah, I
Grand?
don't know if he was 12. No, let's see.
Your grandfather, your husband's father's name was.
Make.
Oh, I thought that was Lev Matheson Walding.
That's my daddy.
That's your daddy. Okay.
Yeah.
Lev Matheson
He's
Brown.
not buried
Brown.
in this cemetery.
Okay.
No, where they buried at? They're buried over there at
Bethel.
Bethel. Yeah. Well, what happened to his two brothers, though, Grandma? How did they die so young?
Oh, they said Frank had plague with the stomach, but I know it was cancer back then. That long ago back then, you know, they didn't know nothing about. They couldn't take tests and tell what's the matter with you.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff T, they said he had hemorrhage of the liver, so I don't know.
Huh.
They might have known about that. I don't know.
They really didn't know
No,
the real reason.
no. Frank had been sick for a long time, many years with his stomach.
And he was the infant son of
Now
Blackman.
that's Raymond's half sister. No, that's his whole sister and her husband.
This Jenkins?
Yeah, Rosanelle was his sister.
Oh, okay. So she got married to a Jenkins.
Mm-hmm.
She was Rosanelle Walding before.
Yeah.
Who was that? Who was that? That T.J. Walding, Grandma, on that big tombstone.
That one right there.
That one that's broke.
Yeah, that one that's broke on top of it.
That's Did you say TJ?
Yes, ma'am. That's T.J. Walding.
Let's see. Oh, Jeff Walding. That's that Jeffy Walding's daddy right down there that I said his daughter had
Uh huh.
her cremated.
Yes, ma'am.
This is his mother and father.
Okay.
Jeff Walding. And I think Sarah Walding.
And that was his wife there, Sarah.
Yeah.
And this is their baby.
Where's that? Oh, infant.
Yeah, it says infant son.
Is that the only baby they had?
No, they had a bunch of children.
That was just the one that died as an
He
infant.
died in 89. What, he might have been born. He lived 2 days, didn't
Says
he?
died 1889. Goodness, that's old.
2 days.
That's over 100 years old.
Yes.
Who?
That graveyard,
The
or
grave.
tomb.
Yeah, the baby was only 2 days.
Yeah.
That's way over 100 years old right there.
Yeah.
115.
He was buried in 89. Died in 89.
Bless you.
That one died in 1910.
Over here.
I don't say her died.
1910, 1938. She lived longer than him. Now, did any of these people, did they live around here? Did they all?
That's him. He's blowing raspberries.
Oh, yeah, all of them did. They just lived right out there, that halfway out Oak Creek. Over there at Oak Creek, there's a big house out there.
Uh-huh.
And they lived out there. And that Huey and Louise are right over there. That's the one son that lived down at the Ida place. Huey was Ida and Ted's son.
And how are they're related to Mikey Walding somehow, aren't they?
Mom and Daddy.
That's his mom and daddy there?
It's Mikey's mom and daddy.
Is it?
Yeah, they put new gravel on this.
Huh. Well, now they grew up down there at the Ida place. They used to have a house down there where the cow barn is.
Yeah.
Who's this? I'm sorry.
M-
Who's this?
Mikey Walding, the guy that builds these houses, that's his mom and dad.
Oh.
He was the son of Ida. Huey was the son of Ida. Is that right? Of Ida, the Ida Walding?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. There's a bunch more Waldings down here.
There's a whole 5 of them. 5 tombstones.
And that Nellie grandmother, yeah, she was a Walding. She's that James' sister down there. And Brian and Bessie's daughter. Right down there.
Oh, so Nellie, she married a Wyndham then.
Yeah.
She was a Walding and married a Wyndham. Okay.
And I guess was she the daughter of Ida too?
No, she's the daughter of Bryant, Raymond's half brother.
Okay. I ain't too happy about that.
Now this is Justin T. They called him T. Walding. He was Raymond's cousin too.
Which one?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
And this is all his
family.
children. Almond was his wife. And,
Was it common not to name babies that died really quickly?
huh?
Was it common not to name babies that died
I don't know.
really quickly?
So they just call him infant.
Yeah, they just called them infants when they died. Probably when they was born, because that one didn't live. It was born and died the same day.
And who was Dorothy May?
That's
She only
Alma
lived
and
a year.
Stephen Walding's daughter.
Now where did
She
Al?
lived to be but a year old.
Oh, that's right. I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
And that Peggy right there, Peggy Lewis, she's their daughter. Right here, she was a Walding.
She was Elma and Stephen's daughter.
Yeah.
So now, how were Elma and Stephen? How were they related to Grandpa?
Steve was a cousin to him.
Okay.
And over yonder is John Canny Walding. He was his brother.
Uh-huh.
We called him T.
You called Stephen T?
Well, his name was Stephen Justice,
Uh-huh.
and they called him T.
Oh, well, he served in the military too. Then he served in the army too.
Yeah.
Now, who are all these Waldings here?
Now, this is John Canny Walding.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cousin of mine. And his wife was named Minnie Nine. I didn't know that's what her name was. I knew it was Minnie. Minnie Nine. N-I-N-E.
9, like the number.
Yeah.
Why?
And their son was named John Rasmus.
They had some strange names back then, didn't they?
They called him, let's see, J.R.
John Rasmus.
And that's his wife.
Well, now he died pretty young.
Yeah.
36.
36 or 46. Let's see. 36, 7 from 13, and 6. See, how old he was young.
Very young. He was a son of theirs.
Huh?
He was a son.
He was their only child.
And that was his wife there, Milford.
Who was this person then?
Yeah, Mildred Inez was his
That would
wife.
have been his wife.
He was.
She lived a long time without him.
Sure did.
Yeah.
Well, 20 years.
He's 374. 21 years.
Bless you.
That is I ain't been out here in a long time. Those are
New grave is down yonder in that part, in that new part. I don't know who that is.
wow, that is that's fresh there.
Yeah, it ain't been out there long.
Goodness, dirt's
They ain't
still
even
fresh.
done nothing to it.
Nuh-uh, no tombstone or nothing. Some of these graves are really old.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder who did that. But see, that one was 1915.
This is new right here.
Yeah, somebody. That's what I'm saying. Somebody came and added that military thing to it.
You know, I'm sure the military gave it to them.
Really? Is that?
They furnished them before they served in the.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
You have to put in your application
or
form.
something, Yeah.
Confederate States Army in 1915.
1836. He died in 1950. He would have been 30 at the time of the Civil War.
Right. Yeah, he could have been in it. That's right.
This was Walding. She was here. Walding, she was Stephen's daughter.
She married Elmer
Emma
Powers.
Yeah. She ain't been dead for very long.
No, 2001.
2 years, I guess, a little over 2.
Some Marshall Parish, some Woodhams. James F. Jenkins, 2000. That's
James Jenkins, that's Grandpa's sister's son. There was a man down there that married the Jenkins, James.
well, he died recently too.
Yeah,
He was in his 60s.
that's his baby.
Kathy Ann. Well, now she was an infant. They named her.
Yeah, she died. I reckon she was born dead or something and died. Well, this is Elon Inez Marshall that used to live in front of Martha and Johnny, you know, down
Yeah,
that road.
yeah.
That's them.
She hadn't passed away too long either.
Well, she hadn't, but he passed. He's been dead a pretty good little bit.
Looney, he'd been gone since 68. She lived a long time without him too, almost 30, over 30 years. It's a bunch of Woodhams.
It looks to me like they put theirs on top of this after they put the coffin down, don't it?
Yeah.
Don't look like it'll possibly walk.
No? That's sunk in the ground, son. Korea veteran.
That's a sinking down, ain't it?
Yeah.
Now this Woodham here is Wendell Woodham's brother,
Edward? No, Charles.
and
He was only 40 when he died.
well, this one ain't dead, but that young on the other end, he is. This ain't Charles's son. That's Charles's son over there at the very end, and that's where his wife will be buried. This is where her son will be buried.
Charlie
And
T.
that one right yonder is T and Leader. That's Wendell's mom and daddy.
Okay.
And the one behind that's Martha Joe and Wendell's lot.
Yeah.
I haven't been out here and seen theirs since they put it there.
I didn't know you could put down a tombstone like that before you went, you know, I mean.
They're vault down. I wouldn't have a vault put down ahead of time. Because, you know, good and well, you'll have to clean it out.
Yeah.
There's water in it.
That's weird. But this is all their kin now.
Yeah. That's that's his mom and dad, and this is Junior, and that's their one of their sons.
Mm-hmm.
See, he's got a marker from the government.
Yeah.
Junior has, he was in the service.
U.S. Navy. Huh. What about, there's a shiver? Lord, that one right there is sinking in the ground.
Incredibly old. Someone is still tending it.
That was just a slab put over that one grave. That ain't a vault, you think?
No, I don't think. I think that's just a cement slab. Shiver. Some of these, that couldn't be 1990, could it?
Yeah.
As old as that is? I mean, that looks pretty worn. I've seen that.
13 years. That looks like
Might just be a
that
different.
looks as bad as that one, don't it?
Yeah.
That was put down 76.
See, now here's a newer one here. They did like that. With just the cap on it. Wiggins. The baby, too.
Yeah, this one way up a little bit.
Smith. You know either one of these, Grandma? Tyler Lee Smith. Tyler Lee Smith, who is this? The baby. 2-day-old. 2003, that was.
That's one of them, one of their twins' grandsons. Their
Miss.
Another baby?
yeah, this little boy had a twin, and he, well, there's a whole lot more that nobody ain't buried in.
Yeah, that's just empty, isn't it?
Huh?
That's just empty, isn't it? Smith.
Why? Johnny Allen.
Do you know them, Grandma?
Johnny Allen Smith. Johnny Allen Smith. Well, John Smith wasn't a, oh yeah, beloved husband. I think it said, I think it said,
Thought it might have been in the military.
He didn't have any children. Johnny Smith. Is that right?
They both died in 1996. He died in April and she turned around and died in November. Yeah. I guess being during the holidays and everything.
I got to get some new ones on Grandpa's grave.
Yeah.
We didn't even go by it, did we?
No, we need to. What is
We
what
need
is
to
it?
what?
Chambers. What does that say? Chegbus. And they're with a.
They probably didn't have the money for
Some
anything
best.
nicer.
Well, that's something best. Charlie Best.
Yeah, I can't.
Charlie Best.
Chart maybe.
Something best. What do you think of that? Hey.
McGraw.
Those are 3 babies.
All right.
All over the tail.
Infant.
I didn't know they put Polly in there with Sailor and Alma.
But I think her parents must still be alive because the parents' grave isn't here. It's just 3 babies. Do you know?
Yes, Robert and Odie McGraw. I don't know them people.
I don't know McGraws.
30, 38, and 40. Jimmy Breed, that's,
As a baby.
Where is Inez and Marshall and their grandson? It's that one that lived down in front of Martha Jean down there, it's their grandson.
Yeah, we saw their grave.
My grandmother lost 2 miscarriages though.
Here's Grandpa's. Raymond
No,
Burr.
that is a very unusual middle name. Is that a family name that you have?
Me, I am my mother's mother.
Okay. I like it. I decided if we had a girl, that was going to be her middle name.
They give me the weirdest names, Bina the Young.
You didn't ask for them, huh? Those are some pretty flowers you got on there, though.
Yes, they are. Did you put those there? Huh? Did you put the flowers there?
When I take them off of this grave, I put them on the ground. His mama's baby. Well, they never had any flowers on them. And then what I put on there, I thought I'd keep some kind of wood. And I had that gravel all put in back there. I had it fixed, and they had it fixed too.
Oh, that
It was just dirt in there.
was it? No, what?
And grass and stuff come up in it all the time. It comes up through that. I see how it does. Because they put a thin sheet of concrete up there.
Look, it looks good. Tell you what.
Well, I know I didn't put it in. Nobody else put it.
You're right. Because there wasn't nobody else even.
Me and Raymond put this marker there for Granny. Not too long after she died.
For Maddie.
For Granny's marker there.
Mm-hmm.
But she had fixed this coating around here and put the monument there.
It looks good.
And that was gravel in it. Oh, that's a red flag. That's a red
The
flag.
tombstone says welding.
Huh?
Yeah, I was wondering about that too. Welding.
What?
The tombstone says welding, not Walding.
Oh, yeah, this ain't Walding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 'cause I believe this is a government marker, ain't it?
So yeah, Calvin Walding.
Yeah.
Base Hospital. World War I. Now what happened to him?
He died. He had a heart attack.
Had a heart attack.
Yeah. That's his wife over there. One of them is his first wife. His last one left him and went to California. And never did come back. She's still out there, I reckon. If she ain't dead, she may be dead.
Now who was the brother? Because you told me a story one time about, told us about that time that it was granddad and his brother, or grandpa's granddad and his brother went to the old house, and one of them pulled out a gun, and what was that story about? And then one of them went back to Texas or something like that. And
That was Grandpa's. Let's see. It was his granddaddy or granddaddy. One might have been his granddaddy, I don't know. And there was 2 of them come from Texas. And they found out that the 2 couldn't make a living back down on there on that land, and so one of them went back to Texas, and the other one stayed.
And you say that was Granddad's granddad? Or
Or his daddy.
His dad. His dad.
I reckon it's one of them. Not his great-granddad, though, I know.
So you think the Waldings come from Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where they originate.
Well, some said they went to Texas and come back down here, and some of them went back. So I don't know where they come from, but that's what they say they come from Texas. Here. Some of them went back, and some of them stayed.
Last name? Outlaw.
Yeah, outlaw.
They were all. I reckon they were all outlaws.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Well, Grandma, I mean, did all these people, did they go to church here? I mean, is that how they?
I don't know.
What?
See, a lot of these died and was done bad for it. I moved over here.
Okay.
Cause I didn't move over here till 37. A lot of them went to church here, though. But some of them, I'm sure didn't.
Some of them could have at one time, and then just their children might have went to church here, and
Then if they ever had been to church here, they brought them back here to bury them.
yeah,
Maybe they didn't have nowhere else to bury them
yeah.
without paying.
There's a church. There's a graveyard over there when you cross over 231 and go like you're going to Newton.
Yeah, on the
There
right.
on the right, there's an old graveyard that I mean, most of the tombstones you can't even read them. They're all broke down and everything. So I wonder how old that graveyard is. They ain't no telling.
She did.
Well, I guess what? I mean, so you had all 12 grades in one thing, so there couldn't have been that many people in school at that time. Was this area was the population? I mean, I'm sure it was a lot less than it is now. You had to,
You see, we had to walk from down there to Brown Street to School Avenue. Brown Street Avenue was like ran across the road, the place turned up like you going up the road. You went straight across and it was about a quarter of a mile up that road. And we had to walk from where we lived to that school down there. Every day. There were no buses. We had to walk. Walk in the cold weather, the ice would be spewed up alongside the road. Stop at people's houses. Go in and warm our feet sometimes. It's so cold.
really?
Yeah.
Did you know the people? Or they
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, we know everybody.
you couldn't do that now.
No. They would let you. There might be some young ones that get to school there. Everybody went along together, you know. We'd stop. We'd stop to get them and go in and warm our feet.
So y'all didn't have any lights?
You know what?
You didn't have any lights whatsoever?
No. We had lamps.
Oh, you had gas lamps?
No, we had kerosene lamps. Well, after we quit having school down there, they had church down there once a month. And they put in electric lights down there.
So, I mean, you remember pretty well whenever the electricity was,
I remember mighty well when the electricity come to our house. We had done went. We knew that they was working on it coming toward our house, and we knew that they would be there in a matter of days. So we went ahead to Mr. Solomon's and bought us a refrigerator.
yeah.
And he said all we had to do was just when they got the current, we just call them and they'd bring it out.
Uh-huh.
So when we found out they was right above them, we called him. And he brought it. We hooked it up quick as everything. Got done with it, hooking up the electricity.
Did I take a left right here, Grandma, and go to Brownsville?
Huh?
Did I take a left right here?
Yeah, but we going up this way. This is nearer than going that way.
Okay.
I believe it is.
Yeah, I haven't been back on this way in a long time. Well, I mean, so how much? Do you remember how much y'all gave for that refrigerator when y'all first bought it?
No. Jimmy's got it down there at his store now.
Oh, does he?
He know, that first refrigerator we ever bought, it was a GE.
I think I remember seeing that today,
He's
actually.
had
They're
it
in the
painted
back.
over. He's had it painted
Yes,
over.
white. Yeah, I remember. I saw that. But so, before you and Grandpa got married, I mean, y'all didn't have any electricity or nothing. I mean, before, when y'all were dating her, how'd you and Grandpa meet?
Well, he come over there. We was having, they call it protracted meeting now. They call it revival now. But they call it protracted meeting then, and when, you know, when it run more than one night.
Oh, church services just
Yeah.
go every night of the week.
Mm-hmm. And he come over there with Camille and Myrtle. Camille was his first cousin, and Myrtle was my first cousin. They was married.
Mm-hmm.
And he come over there to church with them, and after church, there's a bunch of the church went up to Mom and Daddy's, and he cut watermelons after church. And I met him then. He was with Myrtle and Camille.
You had never seen him before then? Huh. Well, what was a date like when y'all were dating, or what? I mean, what did y'all do for a date, or? I mean,
nothing much to do. We just ride around with and well, they used to have parties back then. They had a lot of parties at each other's houses. Just gathered together.
Well, you couldn't have a night though, could you? Because there wasn't no.
Yeah, we did.
What, did you?
Yeah. They had lamp lights.
Did y'all
That's all we know.
Did y'all have a vehicle? I mean, did y'all have a?
Yeah. We had a car.
But do you remember before there were cars though? Do you remember when it was?
No, Daddy always had a Model T, Model A.
Okay, so
No, what was it? Which come first, the Model A or the Model T?
Model T, I think. No, I don't know, to tell you the truth. I think Model T was most.
I believe it's a Model
Did I
T.
take a left here, Grandma?
No, you go straight
Oh,
on.
go straight on. I think Model T was the most popular one. I don't know if
And
I
then
sure.
during World War II, you couldn't get gas and you couldn't get tires. And everybody took the tires off of their vehicles and put them up on blocks till the war was over.
Really?
Yeah. Daddy did it.
Why did they do that?
Well, they couldn't buy gas and they couldn't buy
So they wanted
tires and done it to keep the tires from rotting.
So you just kept them off the ground so they wouldn't
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, Daddy had it in a building.
Well,
Had it
when
up on blocks.
when was the Depression?
36, 37, 30, in the 30s.
So that was you and Granddad were married around that time.
Yep, we married during the Depression. It was Depression before we married too.
So what was y'all's wedding like when y'all? What did y'all do? Did y'all get married in a church?
No, we didn't get married in the church. We went to the preacher's house.
Okay.
Didn't he have to finish milking a cow or something?
He was fixing to go milk the cow, and he married us before he went and finished milking. It was raining. It's been raining that day.
Well, I mean, what?
Roads were muddy and they weren't paved.
Did you make your wedding dress?
No. I just had a new dress. It wasn't no wedding dress.
Well, I mean, what made y'all decide to get married on that day? I mean, y'all just.
Well, we had just decided. I don't know. We just decided that day,
And y'all just went to the guy's house.
yeah, yeah.
How long had you known him?
Raymond,
Yes.
I imagine about 2 years, a year, 18 months, something like that.
Yeah.
So y'all dated like you hung out together like every Sunday?
Just about every weekend.
You only go out one. Dad was saying y'all you could only go out once a weekend or once a.
You couldn't go out during the week because there was work to do and stuff.
But y'all got married. I mean, y'all were pretty. Y'all were older though. I mean, you were what? How old were you when you got married?
18 and a half.
Well, you hear about people way back when get married, like when they were 13 and stuff like that. Do you remember that when people got married that young?
Yeah. Raymond was 21 then.
Oh, okay.
I was 18 and a half.
me know when to turn, because I'm not sure where. That's where the Wyndhams used to live.
All right.
I've been back here a long time. But then when y'all got married, y'all lived.
We lived in the house with Granny and him till the fall. They built that little house up there, you know, next to us.
Yeah, that's.
That fall, they built that little house and they lived up there. Of course, see that place down there, Grandpa and Granny and deeded that before. And that place there where I live, where the little house is, that was Frank's. And Jeff T's were down at the Island place.
Mm-hmm.
Leland's was across the road there where Willow and them lived.
Mm-hmm.
And so when Raymond got 21, that fall Granny and them built a house and they moved up there. We lived down there in that house.
That's the old. You're talking about the old house.
Yeah.
Okay. So then y'all lived with his parents for a while.
Well, about a half a year, from June to the fall, when it was winter and all, time they gathered the crop and built the house and everything. They moved.
So then y'all moved to the old house. Well, how was it growing up? I mean, during the Depression, how was that? Y'all just planted crops and.
That's right, you grow just about everything you eat.
I was gonna say that's.
You bought flour, coffee, and sugar. And you raised your vegetables, you raised your meat, your grease, your meal, cornmeal, canned everything you could can.
Y'all had a cow. Y'all milked.
Milk the cow, yep.
Y'all made butter.
Milk and butter, yep.
Man. I mean, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people around this area that had it off pretty bad. I mean, a lot worse than y'all.
Oh, yeah.
Because y'all had
See,
farming.
we owned our own land. We could grow vegetables.
I think. I'm sorry.
Have too much stuff to sell.
I think Jim was talking about during the Depression, there's people that send their kids up to your house and everything to ask you if there's anything spare or what.
There was a family that lived over there behind Reynolds on that 2 acres back down there. And the mother died. And father was raising the other children. They were other children. And they didn't have, I think, they're right here's where the barracks on the left.
Okay.
And they'd be going up the road on the wagons, going to work on, and some of the young ones would get off and run ahead of them and go to people's house and ask for. Didn't ever ask nothing for but a piece of bread. That's all they'd ever ask for. We go straight across to.
Man, I can't even imagine that.
I know it, we can't.
Take everything so for granted. You
Yeah.
didn't realize how bad it used to be.
Yeah, and I tell you, it was cold down there in that old house down there that had to heat it by fireplaces. And you know, a fireplace don't throw out much heat.
Yeah.
You have to be sitting right up in front of it. And so we had, looks to me like that stop sign would be on the other road, but it's on this one.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
There's 2 people got killed by run together.
I could see how that would happen because you came through it late at night.
That Thompson man up there was one of them that lived up above us up there.
What's his name?
Don Thompson.
Don Thompson.
Brother.
That was his brother.
Tommy, his name Tommy Thompson.
I'm not sure.
And a deal. Killed them both.
Man. That's just a bad place for you to come together.
especially anybody that don't know us.
Well, how did Grandpa? I mean, how did he acquire all that land? Were they selling it? Were they just selling it there after the Depression?
No.
Were they just selling land real cheap, or?
No. It cost, it was pretty expensive back then. I mean, there weren't no money.
Yeah.
Oh, he had bought 40 acres just before me and him married. It went reached behind in the end famous up there. They joined on to that place up there I got around. But he hadn't paid none. He just bought it. And you know, interest was 10 cents on the dollar back then.
It's 10%.
10 cents, yeah.
Yes.
Then he give $400 for 40 acres.
$400 for 40 acres.
Yeah.
That's $10 an acre.
Yeah.
Man, that is really.
Then he bought that place down there where Barbara lived. He bought that from Bessie and them. And then he bought that place up there above Brown's Crossroad where y'all hunt.
Yeah, 27.
And then we bought the Idler place down there. And then we bought that place in front of y'all's house.
Yeah. Well, that Ida place, I mean, how did that come up? Because you would think that would have been passed on to Mikey and then
their uncle owned it. And I don't think they got along too good. Hugh and Big Raymond and them, I don't think they got along too good. And Raymond rented it from him a year or two, and one fall he went to pay him the rent.
Yeah.
And he told him, he said, asked him about selling it to him. And he didn't want to sell it, he said. About that time his wife come in.
Yeah.
And Raymond told her, he said, I've been trying to get Raymond to sell me that place down there. She said, what would you give us for it? And Raymond told him. And here it is now.
Oh, okay.
Go up there at that upper gate and go in.
All right. So I guess his wife had the last say.
She's the cause of him getting it. It weren't long before they called and let him know that they were going to sell it.
So that was, she was wearing the pants in that relationship.
Right. No, right out here where Mom and Daddy's buried.
Oh, the Browns.
Right there.
Okay.
Right there, Brown.
Alright, so now we're at Bethel United Methodist on right here close to Brown's Crossroads. Now Grandma, who was, tell us about Lev and Ollie.
Ollie Ola.
Those are your mom and dad, right?
Yeah. See, Martha, Jennifer's baby's got Matheson.
Right.
Yeah.
And
then we have Lev.
Dad would be so proud if he just knew he had two great grandsons with his name.
And Ollie Ora Newton. I didn't know. Now Ollie, that was your mother.
Yeah.
She's the one that she lived in that little white house down there.
No, that was Raymond's mom.
That was right. Your mom didn't too. I thought she moved in there. That was Raymond. 1890 to 1965. Isn't that a long time?
Let's see.
75. 1892 to 1986. She lived a long time now. What was she? She was.
She was 84. They must have been something wrong there. I mean 94. Oh yeah, she's 1918,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1892. Yeah. I was trying to subtract it.
86
I'm
plus.
doing my head too.
It's 86 plus
86
12.
plus 8.
Yeah.
I mean plus 8. Yeah.
94.
Ooh.
She lived a long time without your father.
Yeah, she's been dead a long time.
Mm.
Daddy died in 65.
How did he die?
A stroke.
Well,
true.
Raymond died in 65 also.
89.
Okay. I looked at the wrong. I can't get all the numbers straight.
Yeah, all the Waldings. There's so many Waldings up there.
Now, who was Sam M. and Elaine H?
Elaine. That was my brother, and that's his wife. Of course, she's married again. She probably won't be buried here.
Oh, okay. Now, how many siblings do you have, Grandma? You had a lot.
9.
There was 9 of us.
9.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a lot of kids.
Your sister, you have a sister who lives in Ozark?
No, she lives above Browns Cross Roads, just a little bit up there.
Okay. I thought Ray said. I thought Ray said Ozark.
Well, she lives on Ozark Road, because she lives above Browns Cross Roads.
Are these other Browns in here related to you?
Yeah.
Brown. Riley's there. Okay. Spears.
Now this right here is my daddy's brother.
Edmondson Brown.
Well, Aunt Virgie.
Jim Edmondson.
She was Uncle Lem's wife. And when Uncle Lem died, she married Mr. Edmondson.
Lim.
That's Daddy's brother.
So his name was Lev and his brother's name was Lim?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Lem and Lev.
Lem and Lev.
Grandma, how many great-grandchildren do you have? There's Matheson, Lev, and...
Got all of Greg's kids and Monica's
Oh, those are
son.
greats. Okay.
That's 4, 5,
7.
6. Who's the 7th?
Sometimes I forget how much older
Let's see, 4. Jimmy's got
Jimmy's kids are than...
five.
You've got 5.
And Jennifer's and y'all's is 7.
Okay.
7 great.
Well, you got, what, Macy, Laney, Bailey. Was it Bailey?
No.
I can't, but you
I
got,
can't think of that.
but Greg's got 3, and Monica's got 1.
It's 4.
That's 4, and then
Jennifer.
and then Lev. That's 6.
Okay.
6.
And Phil's got 2.
That's right, Philip. Yeah,
Who's got 2?
Philip. Yeah,
Oh,
in
okay.
Denver. I forget about them because I
I
ain't
always
seen.
forget because Macy and them are so much older than Matheson and Lev that I forget that
Yeah.
they're great-grandkids.
No, I got 11 grandchildren.
Or they've grown up now, Macy and.
Okay. Shoot.
Yeah, now Macy and all them, they've grown up a lot.
Then my grandma and grandpa.
Is it?
My daddy's mom and daddy.
Sarah, Ella, and Benjamin Harvey?
Three.
That's her grandma and grandpa.
Oh.
1963, 1938. Now they were along a long time. 1963.
Grandpa died
That'd be
before
90s.
Jimmy was born.
Really?
Yeah, he was born in March. He died in March and Jimmy was born in April.
94.
That's a pretty name, Ella.
Sarah Ella.
Who put that
I think
tombstone?
Sarah's a pretty name.
Sarah, yeah, that is. That's a nice tombstone they got.
Huh?
It's a nice tombstone.
Yeah.
So that was Lev's parents
Yeah.
then. Well, now what was your mother's maiden name, Grandma?
Newton.
Newton. Okay.
And they was buried at Mount Carmel.
Now, didn't the Newtons, did they come from England?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So her parents came from England.
Sarah's
Well,
parents.
my grandpa's parents came from England, the Newtons.
The Newtons.
She was a Riley before she married.
Okay.
Okay. So you're English and German.
Well, where the Waldings, they came from Germany? Is that
Germany, that's what they say.
what they say?
Yeah.
But I mean, she definitely came from England then.
Let me check on the baby.
If her parents came over, they know that. Newton, that is an English name. Newton.
Is it?
Yeah. Strickland, Woods, Johnson. That Woods, is that any relation to the guy that Faye was married to? Was he from around here?
No,
Oh, he from around?
no, they're from the Carolinas.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of funny if you think about it, Patrick, because my father's family came from Germany and my mother's family came from England.
Yeah, really?
The Reeds were from Germany, and the Smiths were from... I mean, the Reeds were from England and the Smiths were from Germany.
Well, we all came from somewhere because we weren't all born here. I mean, originally from here, unless you was Indian.
Unless you're Indian.
Well, that person's name is German.
Yeah. I've never heard of that for a last name.
Who was you know the Baldwins? Are they? Are they the Baldwins? Are they any relation?
Yeah,
to?
I know that Jeff and Jewel. That Jeff is Daddy's first cousin.
Jeff, Jewel. Pretty.
Got some nice tombstones in here.
This is a big old. This is a big old graveyard.
Yes, he ain't it. Goes down here.
Yeah.
I saw one grave in here, one vault that bore out right here. I've never seen vaults bore out before.
Yes. They're probably pretty old, I imagine.
66.
No, it's not old enough to be doing that.
Older than that. He's from 45. that wasn't no manor camp, was it? That vault one.
Probably just wasn't put in there right. Well, you're right. This is really hilly.
Huh?
I mean, this all goes down hill. Seems like it'd wash real bad.
If it's grass out here, it would. Now, there's some more.
Another brown.
Yeah, that's probably corn and sage. Helen. Well, this is Nyland and Helen.
Those are really old over there with that metal
Way down there.
metal fence around it.
It's just like, I thought sure it was right down here.
Vit. What is Vit? Strange name.
Come right up here and see.
German. Edward and Sally.
Some more from, right up here it is.
There's Brown. Unda. How do you say that? How do you say that? Unda. That name.
Weeder.
Weeda.
That's Weeder. Ain't that funny a name?
Weeda, and it's spelled O-U-I-D-A.
And W.C. Brown and Weeder.
Weeda. Were they any kin to you, Grandma?
These?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
There's
this is different.
different set of Browns. Uncle Joe.
Yeah.
Was he older or younger than your dad?
He's younger than Daddy.
Oh, he lived till 1983.
Yeah.
And she lived till 95.
He was 82, wasn't he?
Sure was.
And Aunt
She
Rebecca.
was 93.
Huh?
She was 93.
Aunt Rebecca.
And then
Yeah, she sure was.
that's their kids, their daughter.
That's her daughter down there and her husband.
What about this June Brown Jones? Is that? No, it's not a Brown.
June Brown Jones. That's that little old midget. That's where she'll be buried right there.
Midget.
Yeah, she's a midget.
Huh.
She's Junior Brown's daughter, Paul Brown's brother's
Uh-huh.
daughter. And here is her daddy and mama.
Oh.
Junior and Opal is June's mom and daddy.
Okay. Are we related to them, the Browns?
Yeah. His daddy was my Uncle John.
Oh, okay.
And this is Paul and Savior. This is, the Brown Manufacturing Company.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is the one that owned that.
He's the one that started it, huh?
Huh?
Did he start it?
Yeah, he did.
Sarah Hazel Brown, Thomas. Now, how are they related to you?
Well, Paul and Grandpa was cousins.
Oh, okay.
His daddy was our uncle. He was my great uncle. He was Daddy's uncle, Uncle John Brown.
Okay. Bird, that's an unusual tombstone there, isn't it? Look at that. With the
Oh yeah, it is.
the rocks and the
It is.
bird.
Weird. That wind's getting cold, ain't it?
Sure is. Yeah.
This wind's getting colder.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a little chilly out.
Getting chilly. Well, we can run over there and see that. I want to see that where the house was that you grew up in, Grandma. Is that far from here?
What?
That house that you grew up in?
Oh yeah, we'll go back by there.
Is that far from here? That's not too far.
Well,
from here.
I didn't grow up in it. The old one where I grew up in, they tore down, but they built one right side of it.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll
Okay.
show you where that one is.
Yeah, I'd like to see where it is on the. Is he still
The one
asleep?
I grew up in. Yep. And they built the other one. That one already down already.
I just can't keep walking back and forth. My feet were hurting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to see how old them graves are up there with the.
You could still be sitting roots and things in there.
Was that when you were a kid? You know how to do that?
Yeah. My daddy done that in Clear.
Can you see
What we call them new grounds. Yeah, I'm all right.
I mean, that was virgin timber though, wasn't it? Back then, that was. I mean, the trees you're talking about, you had to clear out. Those were.
Yeah.
Those were really big trees, weren't they?
Well, they weren't no real big trees where we lived. Some of them I think we had to leave this so big, but I don't know if they saw timber or what, and then the roots would rot out, the stumps.
Try to clear those so you can plant something on
A lot of times now you'd plant cane or things like that weren't to plow much. You could just get a little trench where you could lay the cane down in it. But it would really make cane.
Do you remember when all these roads were dirt and everything?
Yes, I do.
I mean, were they pretty much the same? It was like this is.
They were right where they were.
Yeah, the same roads. They just
Yeah.
were dirt and they paved.
That's the reason they're so crooked. See, they had to build the roads with mules things back then, and that's the reason they built them before they was to live. existence.
Yeah.
Like they had to throw some curve in all. They'd go where it's the easiest to go.
Yeah, that's why you got that curve right there, I guess, because they didn't want to have to cut through.
Well, what's down here that they wanted to go around or something, but it sure made a curve in it.
So, but didn't y'all have a house up here at Browns Cross Road?
Yes. I'll show you where.
I mean, you and Grandpa had a house up here.
Yeah.
That's where.
On that place where your daddy and Jimmy own. Now this is right. We're getting to it right now. Getting right to it. Daddy owned all that right there.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Is that the land you're talking about? Y'all had to clear?
No. It was down on the creek line. Right up here, right on the inside of that fence, right up there where we had that house. Sure, right in there. Right in there. Because see them old chimney. I don't know if you see them brick in there or not.
Yeah, I see an old chimney laying
Oh,
up right
wait,
there.
let me zoom in
there
on
was a
that.
house
Okay. That's the old chimney?
there. Huh?
That's the fireplace?
Yeah. We lived there when Ray and Faye was born.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that was our whole house.
I'm gonna see if I can. See if we can find anything else over there.
I doubt you're finding anything else. You see them vines that's growed up on me?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was where y'all. That's where you and Granddad was. That was y'all's first real house.
No, that's where Ray and Faye was born. Our first real house was down at the old house down there.
Oh wait, so you mean y'all lived at the old house
Yeah,
and then you moved down here?
yeah. We bought this place up here.
Uh huh.
We moved up here and stayed 2 years. Then we went back home.
And then you went back. Oh, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
We did. We come up here and lived 2 years. Then we went back home.
Oh, but that explains it. Because I thought that y'all started off around your place and moved up here and then moved over there.
We lived in the old house. Down at the old house, in the house with Granny and them, till they built that house and moved out that winter, that fall. Well, they built it in the winter right to got give them the crop.
Well, what made y'all decide to move that back down here?
Well, Jeff T. They was drafting him in the service, and Granny was over there by herself. And she wanted us to go back. Right up here is where Mama's house is. Not here, right up there, right above it. There's a little house that's on the place. Right here is the house.
Oh, right there?
See there?
Yeah.
Do you ever remember coming there?
Uh-uh.
You don't.
No.
Well, Kathleen bought the place, and she's in the last stages of Alzheimer's. Her son's got it now, and he don't clean right up and nothing.
I do nothing with it, huh?
No, it's just rotting down.
But that then was the house you grew up
No.
in, or the?
Mm-mm. It was right out here, an old house.
Oh, right here.
And yeah, when we built this one, they tore part of it down. It was right close to the road,
Mm-hmm.
and left the old kitchen, and it rotted down in a few years. No, they built this one after I married.
Okay. But was he still alive then when they built that one?
Daddy?
Yeah, your dad.
Oh, yeah,
He lived in there and everything.
Yeah, they cut the timber off of this place, long leaf timber. Made this house out of it and had it dried and everything. And
Well, it looks like it's been kept up until
till they've let it grow up
last
like
couple
this. Well,
years.
they planted these pine trees
right.
and all out there. I guess they planted these right here. I don't know if they planted these or not, but they just come up. Now, y'all's where Lolene was.
Oh, right there.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why they hadn't kept it cleaned off. I mean,
They live in Montgomery. They don't care nothing about the place. care a thing about it.
It's a shame.
He's got cows, or he hadn't got cows in there, but Fred has.
That's where
That's where she lives.
Lorraine lived? Oh, okay. I had never known.
This is where that Bill Newton lived. He, of course, he's dead now.
With all the wives?
Had 4 wives, yeah. Yeah, that's where he lived. He lived out here in Ozark about a year or two before he died, though.
Tell you what, it's amazing how things change. It's amazing how things change.
Yeah, they do change, Patrick, when you don't see them in a while.
Well, in that house, we've driven by here several times and never even seen it.
They've cleaned out that way. You can see that fish pond now.
So then, when y'all moved back here, and then you moved back, is that when y'all built that new house? Or did y'all moved right back to the old house?
We didn't build that new house then.
Y'all moved back to the old house and lived in it again?
Yeah. Yeah, we lived down there. How many years we lived down there? Oh, the 2 years we lived up here, Ray and Faye was born. The first year we lived up here. Well, we talked about going back the first year, but they was born, they was little. We decided not to. But then when they called Jeff T and gonna grab Tim, Granny wanted us to come back over there and take, we had rented our land out over there, but she wanted us to come over there and take care of hers.
That was for
Then we moved back over.
That was during World War II?
Yeah. You know where you're at now.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all been over here a hunt
Cross
a
Roads.
few times.
Pull up
So
here.
you're hunting up here?
Yeah, that back there, right where that chimney was that we just looked at. That was that was close to where we hunt. Now, Grandma, tell us about this. This was at one time one of your relatives.
That was Daddy's store over there. This was Daddy's sister's store, but she had to give her all her land to her. She had 2 boys, and one of the boys owned this, and he'd rented it out, and they was serving breakfast and dinner and everything here. Had a good little business.
Yeah, I heard that, and then it caught on fire.
During the night.
So that across the street then
Was Daddy's store.
was
Daddy owned that. I don't know how much land there was. There was some land of it.
What all did he sell? What all did he?
He didn't sell it. Sold everything that him and Mama owned.
No, I mean, what all did he sell in the store? What was it? Just a convenience? Little grocery store.
Yeah, just groceries. Well, he had gas and oil. Had a gas pump outside.
Was that a pretty popular place at the time, man?
Oh yeah, that's the gathering place.
Oh really?
Yeah.
They wasn't nowhere else around here. You could, close by at all. You could get
No,
stuff.
that was the hangout.
Wow. That is a shame that place burned down because he was doing pretty good there for a
He
while.
was doing real good. Because they served meals at lunch and they served breakfast. And Rachel down there, her son owned the store, she could call up there and tell them to send her a plate down and they could tell her what they was having for dinner on. And she'd tell them what she wanted and they'd deliver it to her. She ain't able to get out and get it.
Well, I guess he must have not had any insurance on that building then if they couldn't.
I'm sure he had, but he probably just don't know that.
They hadn't cleaned it up or nothing. I mean, it's
Yeah,
still
they
sitting.
do nothing to
Nice guy right here. He built himself a mansion.
Look there, did you ever see anybody build a fish pond up on a hill?
Well, it broke though. It ain't even, I
Huh?
don't think it's got any water in it. It looks like it's
Well, he
broke.
had to pump the water out of that branch up there in.
I guess he got the money.
I don't think there's nothing to it. I don't see how in the world could you ever figure that having a fish pond up on a hill like that and no water running in it, ain't no way it could run it unless it's pumped in there.
reckon you got the money, you can do whatever you want, I guess.
Well, that man, he got burned real bad, and he got a lot of money,
Yeah.
and he bought that place there and built that big house up there. And all.
Oh, it's a big house. Let me see it.
Yeah, it is.
And then this is Mikey Walding's land over here.
Yeah.
Was that ever?
One of his sons lived back there, and there's where the other lived, down there.
Mikey Walding?
The guy that built all his houses?
He hasn't developed it.
Working over that house.
Yeah, he lives right. That's him.
Mikey lived down there. Can't see it, you get in a certain place.
Yeah, right there.
Well, children.
I wonder who owned that land and stuff before
Richard
he did.
Bell.
Well, that tape of Grandma Butler saw, she was talking about the Depression. She was saying that they used to, they would ration you out certain amounts of like sugar and flour and stuff like that.
And gas. You just get so much gas if you had a vehicle. And so many tires to go on the car. Because they needed them to put on the vehicles that was
The war.
in the war, yeah. Yeah, and I remember during the Depression, they'd give away stamps. They call them cotton stamps.
Mm-hmm.
And you could buy anything made out of cotton with them, material or anything like that. And they'd give away overalls to the men and the boys. And some of them said they didn't have but two sizes, too big or too little. It was either too big or too little.
They only had two sizes?
Yeah. No, they didn't, but some of them said that's all they had.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they didn't fit the people what they had. A lot of them didn't fit them.
So you tried to make a lot of your clothes? I mean, did you, I was going to ask, did you always have to like make your own clothes and stuff like that? Or was that something when the Depression hit, you had to start learning how to do it? Or did you know how to?
No, we done it all the time. My mama done that. She made our clothes. She made the boys' clothes. She made them pants and shirts and everything. And then that's all you know to do. We didn't have money to buy nothing ready-made.
Yeah.
I bought cloth and ordered cloth from Sears and Roebuck for 7, 8, and 9 cents a yard.
And you sew them up and...
Yeah.
You think you can still do that?
You know, I don't know if I could or not.
Sew up a pair of pants or something?
I don't
pretty
know
hard.
if I could or not. The last dress I cut out, I never did finish it. Still, there I ain't never finished it.
I mean, that was common though, wasn't it? I mean, you didn't go to Dothan and...
Well, everybody made the clothes.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
If you couldn't make them, you got somebody else to make them. They could make them. But you couldn't buy them ready-made.
They were that expensive? That was
Well, they was pretty expensive. Yeah, they was a lot more expensive than the material was to make them out of. And you just didn't have the money. You just didn't have the money. There used to be a rolling store that run by here. And he'd take groceries. He'd have cloth and everything like that. And he would take chickens and eggs, and you trade them out with him.
Really?
Yeah, he had a coop, a chicken coop under the store body on there. Well, he'd put chickens in. If you had a chicken, he'd weigh them. He had scales. He'd weigh them and figure out how much he'd give you for them. Then you could trade it out with you. And eggs, he'd take eggs.
Yes. I mean, were there people around this area that were there like a few people that had a lot of money? Or few people that had money. And
There was just a few that had money back then. I mean, a very few.
Yeah.
Well, look at that thing going
Holy moly.
over the ditch over there.
Well, Grandma, you want to come up to the house with us? We're going to eat a pizza.
Oh, Patrick, I eat up there so much.
No, you can eat up there with us, but I mean, do you want to go now, or do you want us to
No, I can't
carry
go.
home?
No, I can't go now.
Carry you home first? Or?
Oh yeah, I need to stop here.
You got to eat with us now, because we're going to... Come on.
Just these 2 bags.
We'll be deer jerky poor. Come on, who was that Walding that loaned people money? That because I know we found some papers down there in the old house one time that had where there was somebody where he had written.
Grandpa, weren't
He-
it? Grandpa's daddy made it, weren't you?
Okay,
It had to be him, because that's his trunk.
he was the one that said that they think was they buried some gold or something back there.
Yeah, he told Raymond one time, said he was going to show him some gold.
Yeah.
One time, and he never did. And they think he did, they don't know who he was.
Were they serious about it, you think?
He was Raymond was serious about that. I made him tell me that. And Granny said they had an old iron dinner pot. And said it come up missing.
Really?
If anything can come up missing, it can't nothing come up missing, can it? But it got gone. And they think he might have buried it in that.
Goodness. I heard that ever since we were kids, but never. How did he make his money, or how did he?
Farming.
Was it farming?
Yeah.
I must have done good then.
Well, my mama, daddy, he had a bunch of young ones. And when they married, he gave every one of them 40 acres of land. And I believe $500 in money.
That was a lot back then, wasn't it?
That was a war pension back then.
Yo, man. He's all lounging out. He's got his arm up on the sink. And looks like
And
he's
they just
sitting
made
on a
money
hot tub.
farming, you think? Just from farming, you think they made?
That's all he done was farming.
Huh?
You know, there was money to be made in cotton one
You
time.
comfy, bud?
Really?
Yeah, and they
Got a
planted
pretty
a
lady
lot of
washing your
cotton.
body off?
That's how Hort Down and them got their money.
Yeah.
Trading in the cotton, they trading in the future, you know.
Uh-huh.
I in the stock market with it. They made theirs. And then they farmed too.
Well, there's a lot of people going back to cotton now from
I don't
peanuts.
think you'll ever get rich from cotton now, though.
Uh,
I don't think you will.
but they lived in that old house too, didn't? Before?
Mr. Walding, Raymond's daddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was born and raised down there. All of them young ones were.
Man.
Calvin and them. They had a brand new stove sitting in that, you know, the old kitchen. It had a porch that joined it with a house.
Mhm.
You don't remember that, do you?
No.
We pushed it off out there when we built on to the front of the house. Well, they cooked in the fireplace.
Uh-huh.
It even fire up that brand new stove. And
They never used it.
no, Mr. Walding and them boys, they never did use it. And one Sunday, I think our Walding went down there and they all got to drink and they fired that stove up. And she cooked. And said when Granny Walding married Mr. Walding, said they had a side room full of dirty clothes. One of them little old side rooms was packed full of dirty clothes. Mr. Walding and Brian Calvin lived down there by themselves. I don't know if they went down there or not.
They needed a homemaker, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, he was a lot older than Granny was.
Days that he won't stand on anymore.
That's because I'm getting lazy.
I wonder
Just like a man.
how that came about. Where was Granny raised in this area?
She raised over there, or Will Warren lived. They lived. That's where they lived.
Oh, that's right, her and Will was brother and sister.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I
Of
forgot
course,
that.
Will built a new house there, you know.
Bye, Pumpkin. Bye-bye.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you for giving me a bath. Say good night. Good night, little boy. Good night. Good night. Say good night to Grandpa.
Ah, buddy.
You better get your clothes on. You gonna freeze.
Ah, buddy. Ah, buddy. That little boy.
Oh, they'll see you in the morning. He don't wake up overnight, does he? Does he?
You ask mom and dad about that.
He does when we here by ourselves.
When we keep him, he does.
We went, my friend of mine from college was Ringo. I don't know if you met him, but he lives in Enterprise. He was down here, and we went to eat with them, whatever, the Sunday night, and mom and them. We wake up about 10 o'clock, 10:30.
10:30. 12 o'clock, he ain't gone back to sleep.
He broke us in good.
We called Patton and said, "Get home." What Ken was, Balkans to them.
Ruth was a woodman.
Ruth who?
Ruth Balcom, Ivy Balcom's wife.
Oh,
And Ruth and Ivy is them boys, mom and
I
dad.
know that their grandmother was Ken, Will Woodham's brother. Or Ken.
Their grandmother. Their granddaddy. No, Ruth's daddy was Will's brother and Granny's brother, Bartow. They was Bartow, Marvin, Will, and Granny. And Walt.
So that would have been Doug Balkan's granddaddy. Would it? You know,
Doug Balcom is Ivy and Ruth's boy.
boy.
Yeah, Bartow would have been
Doug's granddaddy.
granddaddy.
Okay.
And him and Granny were brothers and sisters. Doug's granddaddy, Bartow Woodham,
It would have been Will's brother.
yeah, and Granny's brother.
Yeah, because I know Doug said that, mentioned one time that he was, he was kin to Will, but I didn't know how it was connected.
Well, Raymond and Ruth was first cousins.
Yeah.
Oh, Ray, I'm supposed to call you, tell you to call, Harvey Woodham. Harvey Woodham.